We've covered a lot of interesting topics. Some on camera, some on camera that shouldn't have been, and some pretty crazy stuff about coronavirus, where we've talked about the downs and the stresses and how we are now, how we were before versus how might the world be at the end of this. But what we really haven't talked about, and is also important, we wanted to talk about the positives. You know, there's how you think, how the people around you think directly correlates to how easy or hard this can be, in addition to all of the hardships we've already discussed. And I have found, and I think we each have found, because several folks in the room have said, you know, there's kind of been positives. So coronavirus, what's been positive? Has there been something positive for you, for your family? For me, I have more time with my family, more time with my wife, more time with my children, weightlifting and some martial arts training with my son. We're talking about better nutrition in the house. I get more time with everybody, which at times can be stressful too, but at other times it can be a lot of fun. Impromptu tackle and tickle sessions.
Cute.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun, you know? 1 minute it's just dog pile on the floor on dad, and I love it. Those are some of my positives. I've had positives we were talking about for school. You know, I've always appreciated anybody in public service, and teachers are definitely frontline in the world of public service. But I have a newfound appreciation for them because we're homeschooling. And my wife is doing the brunt of it right now, especially since I'm not home. But I have a whole new appreciation for what they go through and how they have to manage 22 monkeys that they don't love, that aren't theirs. And they do that for the love of doing it. They're sure as hell not doing it for a paycheck.
They're special people.
They're special. But I also have found a newfound appreciation for homeschooling and watched my son's learning excel. Watched the product that he puts out for every assignment get better and better, and watching his grades climb from it. Because I'm at home and I care, and my wife's at home and she cares, and we put time and attention in that. So I have a better appreciation for the teachers and how much they teach with almost zero resources and help financially, even in their own personal lives, to there really is something to be said for homeschooling and what you can do with your child if you put in the time and energy and if you love them.
Dogs are happy. I mean, maybe not her because she is a antisocial being,
dog?
but
You mean your other dog that has wings?
well, the dogs in general in life, they're happy because humans are around.
Yeah.
And me not having children, I don't, get to snuggle with anyone, but I am able to take care of myself.
She's single and it's a sore point with her right now.
No, it's not.
She's available. There's a positive, guys. We'll be posting her number later.
What I wanted to know. No, I mean, I don't have children, so you're able to focus on yourself, and I'm going on lots of runs and
Self-improvement.
yeah, self-improvement. And I started playing the piano, which is nice.
You just started. You're like,
I started learning the piano, YouTube. I have a little keyboard, and I started learning, and I can play a song.
The time to really own who you are.
Exactly.
and maybe discover new things about yourself.
Working on yourself, I think, has been one of the biggest positives, and obviously what it's done to the earth. But I'm sure you guys will get into that.
Yeah, so LA, when I flew into LA today, yesterday, for 26 years I've been in and out of LA. And every time I fly in, the second we come over the mountains, it's like The Hobbit, smog, with that fog layer around the Hobbit's castle when it's all coming up, and or the Hobbit's, the Dragon's Mountain. And that is what I feel like coming into LA has been like. I came over the mountain yesterday in that plane, I could see forever. I was like, because nobody's driving to work. It was crazy. I mean...
And all the cool images, not just LA, obviously LA has a smog problem, but around the world, animals are coming out of the, from everywhere and just roaming the streets and just I feel like it's a good connection of humans and animals.
Deer in Singapore or something that hasn't been seen in decades.
They're returning to the city because there's no one walking the streets.
Like the Venice canals with all the
dolphins
fish and the dolphins and the
jellyfish.
clear water.
Positive things coming out of this is companies realizing how much they can actually succeed at remote work, which is going to cut on the pollution.
Yeah.
Talk about butterfly ripple effect.
I would love to see that. What about gas prices? I paid my last tank. I drive a Suburban. Yes, I know it's not green. Okay, slay me.
You need to have a conversation with Prius owners.
That's not positive. We're moving on.
There's a conversation I'd love to have. Let's talk.
You happy, babe?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to own a Tesla, but I will never own a Prius.
No, I can't do it.
All right, it's just, anyway. So, I filled up my burb at regular prices, $65, $70. I've been filling it up for a little over $20 lately. So
Because
what?
U.S. oil just went negative.
So do you know why?
No, I haven't researched.
So if it's not a lot of research. This one's pretty simple. Fracking has been a huge boon to oil prices as of lately, to the price per barrel. Fracking is exceptionally expensive way to get oil out of the ground to create gasoline versus the traditional methods. Well, all of the fracking has driven prices up because there needs to be that profit margin so that fracking can actually exist. Well, now that there's
But
far
fracking,
less,
like responsible fracking, is actually better, right?
I don't know about that. That would be one to look
that's
into.
The people that argue for it, they say it's actually more responsible way to drill for oil. But I have no idea.
I'm not really sure on that either. I haven't looked into it that much. But what I know is it's a really expensive way to extract oil. So it's driven, so with all the less travel, everybody's buying less fuel, traveling less distance, less barrels are being sold, which means the guys that are fracking, could you imagine in 6-12 months if the fracking industry goes under? Because they can't support their own existence. And the big fuel companies, the way we've traditionally done fuel, they're going to continue to drop prices because they want to push fracking out. So what's going to happen then? We're going to get this huge drop in prices, which is great now, it's a thumbs up.
Right.
But once they get rid of the fracking industry, they can drive the prices up without mercy because they have a monopoly again.
I mean, it's great if you're investing right now because
Positive side,
basically,
invest.
you know,
Yeah.
their stocks are so low that when they drive back up, you could be making like 100 to 300% profit off
Or
of
if you
something.
buy the stocks and then the company goes out of business, you
That's-
could lose all of that
yeah.
money.
When does this end? And this kind
Gentlemen,
of
our 19-year-old stock advisor in-house.
I don't know anything. I was about to give a disclaimer. Don't worry.
I wonder if with all of these changes and all of us finally having the ability to slow down and think, life wasn't meant, in my opinion, some of what I think, life wasn't meant to be lived Mach 10. It wasn't. And with all the plugins and electronics, and I mean, does Pink Dot or Pink still exist in LA? They'll deliver anything and everything. What was that? It was here in the 90s. I remember that.
No, it's Postmates and Handy and all the rest of them.
Okay. So, I mean, in an era where you can get everything delivered, Amazon, that's great because some of us are getting groceries, you know, Uber Eats, some of us are doing food that way, but at the end of the day, we're discovering we don't need that crap. I can go and get my groceries and make a meal. You know, how many of you don't know how to cook? I'm not a cooker. I'm great on a grill, but I can screw up scrambled
And a
eggs.
smoker.
Yeah, I like to smoke my meats too. I'm not a smoker. We got to be careful with the smoker. Which smoker is he smoking? Is he smoking the smoke, or is he, you know, a Marlboro smoker?
It's a Komodo Joe.
It's a big Kamado Joe smoker. That's what I'm smoking.
Oh, side note, that cooking video, we have never actually told anyone on camera what happened when you were doing
Well, it's not really it's positively funny.
We
Yeah,
could do a different video on that.
we should do another video on that. So, positive things, we all have time to be introspective, problem solve, discover things about ourselves, about our loved ones, opportunities to learn things maybe we didn't have time for or chose not to have time for. So maybe we're learning how to make better decisions, prioritize better. And of course, we're all introspective now, and will it continue when life resumes, however life resumes? I wonder. But those are a few of the positives. So think on it, pray on it, whatever you do on it, yoga on it, comment on it.
Give us some comments.
Sure. Tell us about your positives. We'd love to hear your interaction. How do you manage? And we'll be back with more videos sometime soon. All right.